Hey guys, welcome back to Stitchy Reese Pieces. I am Erica, the stitchy one here on Stitchy Reese Pieces, and it's been about a month since I made my last video. I think I filmed at the beginning of February, and now suddenly it's the beginning of March. So I thought, okay, I better gather my stuff up and see if I can make a quick video. February, I don't know where it went. I have a lot to show you, but it's not exactly my normal stuff that I show you. I do have a stack of cross stitch, but I actually lost my stitchy bug a little bit this month and had more of a wanting to knit and crochet drive for the month and like yarn excitement for this month. So I have a lot of that to show you. I also feel like I didn't really do well, okay, I feel like I didn't do as much, but I also feel like I did a lot. So, I don't know, like, we had planned a trip. We were supposed to go on the trip at the end of the month. We were supposed to be getting back around now. So we were supposed to go on a trip at the end of the month, and then my son got sick, so we didn't end up going. So I had some more time while I was just, like, wrestling with my germophobia and trying to, like, keep the house clean and stuff. And then I would, like, be able to stitch and do some stuff versus like the normal stuff I'd be doing in the day. So I did have some time there, but like I make pretty much all of our food from scratch. I don't buy any bread products or anything from the store. So while I was prepping for our trip, I was making, you know, all the hamburger buns and hot dog buns and tortillas and everything that we would need for our trip. So I spent a lot of time in the kitchen this month prepping for our trip and spent a lot of time like cleaning up and taking care of a sick kid. And so I don't know, I feel like I didn't do that much, but actually there's like a pile of stuff around me. So, but there is less stitching than normal because I've just been in this like fun yarn mode. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. And this might have a bit more yarny stuff than you're used to. If you're new, I, in October, learned to knit after trying for years and not being able to do it. I finally figured it out. I thought, how can this be so hard if all these people can do it? And so I was like, this is it. I'm doing this no matter what. So I taught myself finally to knit in October, and I've kind of had this like bug for it since. I haven't stopped. Like I've been doing some every day. So that's been fun. So I have some of that to show. Whew. Let's start with the sewing. So we'll start with sewing, and then we will go into cross stitch, and then we will go into like knitting and crochet stuff. So if you're here for the cross stitch, it will be up front, and then we'll go into the others. But let's just do the sewing real fast, because I did actually do a bunch of sewing too. I had, and I still have, a pile of bags that I have cut that I just haven't gotten sewn. So I make project bags. I have a shop. I will link it below if you're interested. If not, that's totally fine. But I do show stuff here because this is part of my stitching. I love fabric. I love to sew. That's how I started this. I've been doing this for years and years and years, and bag making for years. So I like to show that here too. So anyways, I made this one is a knitting project bag. It's a size medium, and it has 2 slip pockets, and it's like one of those cinched ones. So I did make one of these, and it is in my shop, and it's got like little bees on it with a faux vinyl bottom. So that one I worked on this month. And then if you've been here before, you've seen my deluxe bags. They have the half zipper pocket and then a main full compartment zipper pocket. This one is my coffee one, and then it's got like a faux leather back. So I made a coffee bag this month, and I made this kind of reminds me of like 80s wallpaper a little, but I don't know, I really liked it. It gave me a nostalgic vibe with this faux leather. So there's that one. And then I made this kind of sewing, yarn, thread, stitchy kind of print as well. So I made those deluxe bags. I'm not sure if I showed this other one if I had this one last month or this month, so I'm just throwing it up there. But I have a nautical one in just the large size. And these are what I use for my full coverages, and this holds a ton. Like, these are huge. They hold a ton. So that's what these are. A clear front vinyl one. So I have the nautical, and I made a coffee version of that as well. And then I told you in the last video how I had figured out how to make needle cases for my knitting needles, and so I got a whole bunch made. I made a whole bunch more, but they've already sold. They're not in my shop anymore. So this is for like interchangeable needles, and so like I use Chao Gu. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you slip the needles in here, and there's like a slip pocket here on each side, more needle slots, and then 2 zippered pockets, and then it zips closed. So if you have interchangeable knitting needles, these are in my shop. So there's that one. Then I made this kind of bluish gold one. This one is one of my favorites. Love this kind of tie-dye. And I know people have done them, used these for Addy needles, so I know those work. And I know they work for 4-inch and 5-inch. They fit in these. So if you have interchangeable needles, and then I made a coffee one of that as well. So yeah, these are up in my shop. And then Leanne asked me to design one for crochet. So I don't have this one up because it has a couple little flaws, but I'm hoping to make some soon. So this one is actually for crochet hooks. So you would just stick your regular crochet hooks in here. There's still a slip pocket for other things. Still 2 zippered pockets, more spots for crochet hooks, and then this. But you can see I didn't list this one in my shop because like I missed stitching on the edge there and one other spot. Oh, and like over there. So I feel like it wasn't good enough to post for sale in my shop, but it was my first test for the crochet hooks, but it does work, and so there will be crochet hook ones coming soon as well. So that was sewing stuff that I worked on, and now let's jump into cross stitch. Like I said, I didn't do as much as I normally do, just because I've been on this other stuff's kick. But I still put stitches into things. So this first one is Silent Night by Artisy, and it's artwork by Abraham Hunter. He is one of my absolute favorites. I just love it. I started in this corner and I am working down. If you are new, my full coverage, pretty much all of them are tent stitch, 2 strands over 1, so like half cross. And this one particular is this is 25 count. So this is 25 count, and it's 2 over 1 half stitch. And I just go kind of by color. I just grab a color and I go till my thread runs out, and then I grab another color and I go till my thread runs out. I do not follow. I've tried to do diagonals. I've tried to do I hate that because I'm having to change my thread so often. I'm wasting so much time. I feel like this is just so much faster to just go with a color till it's done. So that is how I do it. If I do run into like confetti areas, I will park occasionally, but this one doesn't have any of that. So yeah, this one is a lot of blues, but it's so beautiful. So I'm just up in those trees in that corner up there and having fun. So I worked on that one some. Here is another Abraham Hunter by Artisy. This is God Shed His Grace. I know there's other companies that have this pattern as well. I think this is just like the normal size. I do not usually do max color giant things because I'll never finish them. Well, I'll probably never finish most of these anyways, but I have better chances with the normal. So I originally started in the middle, and there was like a lot of confetti and browns, and I was getting bored. So I actually counted and got myself to the corner, and I started kind of working diagonally. So I have worked some of these clouds, and I've got some of this tree now coming in. So that is where I am on here. This one again is, oh, okay, so this one is on 20 count, and when I started it in the middle, I started with a full cross. No, I lied. I started with half cross, but I did 4 strands. So when I got this 20 count, I thought it wasn't thick enough, and so I did 4 strands in this middle area, and then I wasn't wanting to pull it out. I just did not want to pull it out. And so when I went to this corner, I decided I'm going to try 2 strands, half cross 2 strands, and just see. And doing that, I love so much more. So I said, forget it, I'm just going to continue and go across. So I have met up somewhere in here. There's like some with 2 strands, some with 4 strands. And for the most part, like, this is looking slightly sparse on the screen, but it doesn't actually really look like that in real life. I think it's because of the different light and dark colors. But so far, I can't tell where there's been 4 strands and 2 strands. Like, if my face is it, and I can, but if you're just looking at it, you can't tell. So obviously I haven't filled in a ton around it, and maybe this will really stand out when I do, but I'm hoping it will just be good enough for me. So I'm going to continue on with 2 strands, and just hope that works. But yeah, you can see I definitely got like way farther, way faster, because I hadn't pulled this out for so long. So I definitely prefer the 2 strands half cross. Okay, that was a long spiel on that one, sorry. Let's do the next one. Man, I start making these videos and then my voice gets all funky on me. Okay, this one is an Etsy pattern, and I don't know where I got it on Etsy anymore. It doesn't say, so I just call it like Swan Lake or Spring Lake. I love the colors in this one. I showed this last time, and I've done just a little bit since the last time. I think, yeah, my hoop's on there too, so you're not going to be able to see it all, but I've started in the middle. I've gotten some of this, and I think I've been filling in some of the trees and stuff, but I just really love the colors on this one. Again, this is on a 20 count, 2/1, but I started with 2/1 on this one, so it's not a huge, there's no like differences like the other one, but I just love how bright these colors are. I definitely filled in more of the purple and green trees here. It's just got a nice like spring vibe to it. So I did put some more stitches into that one. I really like the 20 count with the 2/1 because it's just like, I don't know, I just like the feel of it. It's just smooth and quick, and it provides fine coverage for me. So yeah, I just like the feel of that. I've done 25 count too. My newer ones are 25 count, and those are also perfectly fine, but for some reason that 20 count is real nice. Okay, we have another Abraham Hunter Artisy. I think just about all except for one of my projects that I worked on this month were like full coverage, because full coverage is easy because I have it in Pattern Keeper and I only do 10 stitch. So those are like easy for me to just, when I'm stressed and dealing with my germophobia of sick kids, it's easy for me to do those versus other patterns, I feel like. So I did a lot of those this month. But anyways, I have Noah's Ark Landscape by Abraham Hunter. This is an Artisy pattern. I started in the middle. This I've had for a long time. I've come up this way, and I filled in more of the arc and the sky, and I filled in like random spare stitches here. So this is just a little bit more filled in than it was. It's again 2 strands with half tent on 20 count. And no, I don't iron anything till I'm done, so it's what it is. Now, this one is just the normal pattern, and I think I'm pretty sure she has like a max color or a bigger version of this, because some of these animals I feel like are a little bit like blurry and hard to tell what they are. So I think, I can't even tell from this small photo. I think these might be like orangutans or something coming in up here, but you can't exactly quite tell. I mean, I can tell that we have lions and a buffalo and the elephants, like you can obviously tell, but I'm thinking some of the animals you might not be able to tell, but maybe from far away. I still like it. I still really like it, and I'm going to continue working on it. I just think maybe this is the one pattern where if I had done a bigger size, because it's pretty small for this one, I think I would have had better detail, but either way, I still like it. And so yeah, I filled in a bunch of this and more sky and random stitches down there. So there's that one. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute really fast because I don't normally film during the week. I usually film on the weekend when my husband is home, so he can like hang out with the kids. But they're downstairs. I'm letting them play Mario for a short time. So I was like, you do that and be quiet while I film. And I feel like my time is limited before somebody does something. So I'm going trying to go fast. Okay, this one got quite a bit of my time, of my actual stitching time. When I decided to stitch, this one got quite a bit of my time. So this is by My Brave Stitch on Etsy. And it's this fall scene, and I love it. This one is super easy because it's got pretty like chunky colors. Not super chunky, but for like a full coverage. There's not a ton of color changes. It's small. And I did it on a 22 count Hardanger fabric, and that is also very smooth to go in. So again, 2 strands over 1, half stitch. This one just kind of was flying. I am like 65% done, or 60 something percent done with this one. So it's just gonna be, you know, circles. So I finished the sky, and I filled in a bunch of these trees, and I've done some little things throughout, but the major portion was right in here is what I was working on. I just really like this one a lot. She has a winter, or well, she has a whole bunch, but I bought like a Christmas scene, same kind of thing, like down a street. I just love them. So I'm gonna finish this one. That'll be like up in fall, and I'll put it in a round frame, and then I want to do the Christmas one and swap that out. And I asked her if she was gonna do like spring and summer, and she said she is. So when I see those, I'll probably be purchasing them as well, because I guess others have asked her about that too, but I spent a lot of time on this one. It was easy, it was quick, it was fun, so that got a lot of my actual stitching time. Okay, this one I spent just a short amount of time on. This is a Dimensions Gold that I had just recently purchased. It's called Dockside. I got it on Amazon. It's like a new one that they just released. I just really love the bright colors in this. And while we were supposed to be going to the beach, our trip got canceled or rescheduled. So just, yeah, I was excited to do like a beachy scene. So, and I like Dimensions. I started down here. I'm not in the most fun part. I'm in this like seaweedy basket and brown dock. So I've only done a little bit there. But some is better than none. I like to use my like Nerge frames on a lap stand, and so the fabric that Dimensions gives you is way too small to fit in there in the one that I have. So I had to sew on some random scrap fabric so that I could fit it in the frame. Actually, it goes this way, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I've just been working on some browns and stuff. And like all Dimensions kits, their fabric is so stiff, and so the needle does not just like flow so easily like it does on my 20 count and stuff. So and also of course these are full crosses. I'm just slower. There's like more tension to pull through, so I'm just slower with those. And I can only do it for shorter spurts of time. But that was fun. I worked on that one a little bit. And Alicia from Adventures in Stitching, I know she uses these, I better take my pattern off of there. I have my pattern attached. She uses the like clipboard boxes where you put your pattern on there and then you can mark it up. And I was like, I have one of those, I should use it. So I pulled it out. But hers is like an open box. Let's see if I can, mine is tight. So hers is just like an open box, and she just sticks, her whole thing in there. But mine has these like organizing compartments, so I can't do that, but it's pretty handy to have. And I can just keep like my colored pencils in there to mark off my chart. So if you have one of these, those are quite handy, like Alicia says, especially for like pattern kits, paper patterns. Okay, so moving on. This is Notting Hill by Sweet Violet Stitch Co. And I just really liked the colors in this one. I don't know, there's just a vibe that I really like, and I feel like I just like it. However, this is not my most fun to stitch. So far, I've only started over here, and I'm just like in this black tree. So I haven't gotten into any of the fun colors yet. And I also tried to do this one on 32 or I think it's 32 count. I believe 30 something count. I think 32. So I have tried numerous patterns on this tiny, tiny, small gridded fabric. And I finally have figured out how to use it. And like Alicia, again, she uses one strand. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm doing one strand, half cross. And I like that way better because I was doing two and it was just too thick. So I've started this one with one strand, half cross. And I have gotten far, but it is still small for my eyes. So I don't like gravitate toward it, but I really like the picture. So I'm gonna keep going and see how I do, because I'm doing better on this fabric than I was previously. And I have a whole bunch of it, so I don't want to just not use it. So I'm trying to use it. So anyways, I'm just working on that tree trunk there. So there's not a lot to see, but these squares are small, so I actually have quite a few stitches I got in there. I think I did like 500 stitches when I did it, so worked on that one a little bit. And this one is fun. I love the colors in this one. This is An Enchanted Place by Eder Jose Rosa by Stitches So Beautiful. A lot of people are doing this one. I started in the top, and just the colors are just so fun. This one is a 25 count, 2/1, half. Oh, just love the colors. This one I put away because I work on it a while, and then I'm like, I'll move something else. And then I pull it back out fairly soon after because it's just fun. Like, you do a little patch of dark blue, and then you'll do a little patch of pink, and then you go to teal, and it's just fun. I just really love the colors. So, and it's not too big either on 25 count. So I did work a little bit more on that one. Then I started well actually no, I'll show you this one first. This one I only added a few stitches since you saw me last. Sorry for the crinkle. This is a magic needle kit called Singing Robins. And I pulled it out because I really love, sorry for the glare, really love the pattern. I just think it's so pretty. I love the little birds. But it's a paper pattern and it's colored, and it's not the easiest thing. Once I get in the groove, actually it's not so hard, but it's hard for me to get in the groove. Anyway, I've started in the middle here. I've done like one guy over here, and I'm kind of going in these flowers, so I'm kind of right in here. It's on 14 count, which actually makes it kind of nice, but there is a lot of color changes in it, and then it's that paper pattern, so it takes me a little bit longer, but I would like to get more of this done. So I kind of pull it out, and I just do a few stitches here and there, like I'll do one color, like one strand. So I did like 1 or 2 pinks and then some white or something up here. Not a ton, but still. Pull it out, have fun, and then put it away. Okay. Sorry for the crinkle. Put it away. I end up with needles on my floor, so I'm just sitting on my floor. I end up with needles, especially if I don't put stuff away, so sorry if the noises bother you, but I have kids and I can't lose so many needles. Okay. This last one I started, it is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, and it was a free pattern. So if you're part of their email list, they send a free pattern, like the first Friday of the month, I think, of each month. So for February, they sent out this Valentine, Be My Valentine, and I just thought it was so cute. I love their pattern so much, and this one, the day I got it, I was like, yes, I'm starting that. That's adorable. And so I started it, but I didn't get super far. This is on, I don't know what this is. Some kind of even, like, something I undid. Some kind of even weave, I believe. Must be like a 28 count. So I just got that far. And I'm just using their colors that they gave. Again, super cute. It's a free pattern. And I didn't get super far. I kind of wish that I had, if you've seen my other videos, you've seen I've done other bee things. I think I just showed one last video too of theirs. I kind of wish that I had used those colors. I think these might be similar, but like this yellow is different. But it's going to be cute. But then my Valentine drive kind of went away and I was into full coverage. So yeah, those were all my cross stitch. Cross stitch and sewing. And now let's go to where I spent most of my time. We're already almost 25 minutes into this video. Oh my goodness. Okay, I gotta make this quick. So, knitting and crochet. I started watching, I like fell down a rabbit hole of yarn stuff because Joann's was going out of sale, and like some video popped up about yarn that people were buying from Joann's. And I was like, well, great, now I know how to knit, and like I knew how to crochet before. And so I started watching a few videos with knitting and crochet, and then I was like, I gotta make these things. So then I got on this whole thing. Because I was doing that a lot, and actually with my new Nurge lap stand, my elbows in the chair that I'm sitting on like hurt because I'm like, they're elevated. So I actually made myself a kind of boppy, it's like a nursing pillow, and it's gotten stretched out. It was like fatter, but this fabric kind of stretched, so not skinnier. But yeah, I can kind of like set it on my lap and rest my elbows, let's see, you know, while I'm stitching or knitting or whatever. So I did also make that I thought I would show you. Yes, because I've spent a lot of time. So I have completed 3 pairs of socks. I showed you, they've been through the wash, and this yarn is kind of pilly. I've realized I would not buy this yarn again, but I have a whole bunch of it because it was like on a big sale at Christmas time. And it's fine, like I like the socks, they're comfortable, like, and I like the colors, but it is kind of pilly. But anyways, I finished this pair of socks, and it doesn't look that great because of the camera, and they're not like blocked. But anyways, I knit this pair of socks that I was very excited about, and those are for me. And then my son, I made my older son socks before, and then my younger son was like, I need socks too, Mom. So yeah, I made him some little socks. This was fabric. Both of these actually were yarns from Knit Picks. So if you are a yarn person, you might know of Knit Picks, and they had like a Christmas sale, so I got that yarn. Then my mom's birthday is coming up. Hopefully she doesn't watch this. I don't think she watches my videos, but if you do, hello, and look away because this is your present. But I don't think she watches. This was yarn I got from Joann's, and I really wish I could get more because it's so squishy and soft. I really like it, but I made her some of these, and this is like got a little bit of a pattern to it, so that was fun. The other ones are all vanilla socks, and this one is still pretty vanilla, but it's just got a little pattern. So these I really like. And I really like the squishiness of this. It's a merino, let's see, yeah, superwash merino wool. So it was from Joann's, but I can't get any more now. I really like it. So I made those too. So I did quite good doing socks this year so far. And then I just started, like literally just started a pair after I had finished my son's socks or something. This was a new yarn that was from a little yarn shop in my town, and it's called Bamboo Pop Sock. So it's like bamboo yarn, bamboo cotton blend, and it's kind of fun and different. I got this when I like literally just learned how to knit. I went to the yarn store and was like, I want sock yarn, and so this was one of them that they had, and it's definitely very soft, kind of fun color. So starting that one. Let's see what else. I don't know if I showed you this one. I might have showed you this one in the past because I had done this before and I just never finished the next one. But maybe I didn't. I don't know. Either way, I'll show you again. I wanted to try cables. So I actually made a cabled sock. I feel like I showed this. This is a super simple cable. There's just like one cable on each side. But yeah, so, and this one I did with twisted rib, which takes longer, but I really like how that looks. So yeah, I had finished this sock a while ago, and then my son wanted socks, so I put it aside, and I finally am on the twisted rib of the next sock. So hopefully these will be done. This twisted rib takes forever, so I'm kind of like, and the cabling is longer. So I like to have like a vanilla basic sock, and then this one, and kind of alternate between them, but this yarn is really nice. This is also from my local yarn shop, and it's Cascade Farms Heritage. It's like a superwash merino wool. Really soft. I never thought that wool was actually soft. I think I had never really touched like merino wool, I guess. I thought I was like allergic to it. I thought wool was just itchy, and I kept hearing people say, no, merino wool is soft. And I was like, no, I don't think so. But I was wrong. It actually is very soft, so I'm excited about those. So that's my sock journey. Then I decided I saw this pattern, which the picture, let's see. The picture that I saw in Ravelry, I liked better than these, but that's okay. This is called the Underlace Top by Lily Kate France, and I've decided I really like her. Her patterns are really easy. So far, they seem to fit good, I think. So I'm excited about her, but I started this underlace top because I just thought it was so cool how it had these kind of like lace detailing, and it's actually pretty simple, but then you add that. So she has a striped version and just like a solid. So I'm actually just doing a solid black, and I did it because I have a bunch of thin Hobie yarn that I had gotten, like a Black Friday cotton, just 100% cotton yarn from Hobie, and I was like, I've got to use this up. And so I decided I would try it on this. So I am working on that. You can kind of definitely see the light through it. Now, I don't know, because this is like a summer pattern, and I feel like, obviously, you can see through there. So, like, I feel like I'd have to wear, like, a little tank top underneath it. I don't know. I've gotten, obviously, just, like, the upper part done. I still have the rest of the body to do, and then at the end you add the lace details. So, yeah. I like it, but the cotton, I don't like this fingering cotton a whole bunch. So I kind of like do a row and then I move on to the pattern I've really been enjoying, because I don't want to just stop now. And I like the shirt, so I want to see how it looks, but like, I don't know, I screwed up something, like with my, it got pulled. So, okay, if you're a knitter, what do you do? Like, one of these strands got pulled, so I've been trying to like retighten it up, but like I can't. So there's like a gap there because it got yanked on accident. Can I fix that somehow? I don't know. This is a learning pattern. I'm obviously still learning, but I just thought it was pretty. And I would like to probably do it again, like in a yarn I like more, but I'm going to keep going. Anyways, worked on that. And what else? Okay, so then I told you I was looking online at yarn stuff. And I saw this pattern. I saw patterns similar to this too. And I had more yarn that I had bought with that black Hobie yarn. I was going to make a blanket originally, but I didn't like the blanket anymore that I was going to make. So I was like, what can I do with this? So this is like Twister Hobie, and I love it. I think it's so pretty, but it's like super thin, so like it's really thin yarn. And it's cotton. Cotton acrylic. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make a shirt or something with this. So I want some kind of blanket. And then I found this pattern and I was like, wow, that would be really pretty. So it's called the Moroccan Tea Blanket. Can't really see very well here, but there's just like cool different stitches and laciness. And so I was like, well, I'll try that. So it's a crochet pattern. I do know how to crochet, and I've crocheted a long time, but I'm not like a super great crocheter. Like, I just know basics. So I've had to look up multiple things, but it's just so pretty. So I've only just begun, but I think that's pretty fun. And I'm excited to see the color, like, gradient change. Now, I don't know how big this will get me of a blanket. I have 2 of these. I'm kind of just going to see, like, how big does this get? And then do I want to like use some of the next one to make it bigger, or do I want to just say it's a little, you know, throw and it's small and I throw it over my couch and just do this and be done? I don't know, but we'll see. For now, it's worked around And obviously each round I go is getting bigger and taking me longer, so this isn't a priority piece, but I just kind of like, as I think it's fun, pulling it out. So that was a new adventure. A new adventure in stitching. And I made this, I don't like this bag at all. I don't like this vinyl that I used. I like the fabric, but I threw it in this bag. I was going to get rid of this bag, but then I was like, well, it kind of matches the fabric, so I can. So I made that bag too before. Yeah, okay. Then when I got on this crochet hook, I saw these videos and all these people doing amigurumi. Is it pronounced amigurumi? I don't know. And I saw this chicken and I was like, that's so cute. It's called the Mabel chicken. I can't remember the pattern company, but I hear my kids and my dog, so I'm gonna go quick here. So I was like, I need to make that. That's so cute. So meet Mabel, who my kids named Maple. This is Maple, our chicken, and she sits now like on my spring decor shelf, and I think it's pretty cute. I just used random yarn that I had. This is like a super thick yarn. It was really hard on my hand, but I think it turned out so cute. So I did that, and it was really quick and easy, and I was like, well, that was fun. I can do that. So then I found another pattern. This was one I actually had already had, and I never did. And I was like, well, she needs a little baby. So I made her a little blue chick baby. Something happened with the beak that I was not really fond of, but I'm not really an amigurumi artist. So I made some little wire glasses, and yeah. So that's kind of fun, and my boys like it, and they sit on my shelf. And then my kids saw a spider pattern. This one I really screwed up, but they like it, so it's okay. They love spiders. So somehow something happened with the legs here, and this pattern was making me like violently irritated. I was like, I'm not doing this again. They each wanted one. I was like, I am not making another one of these. That was a pain in my rear. But oh, my dog's barking because the delivery person. Anyways, something happened with the legs. I don't know what I'm doing, but it works enough, and they thought it was cute. So I made a spider. And then lastly, the seagull. Now, this is Simon the seagull, and he's so stinking cute. However, he only has one wing. I still need to do his other wing. I don't even know if I will. Maybe he's just a slightly disabled seagull, because I just don't really want to do any more of this amigurumi stuff at the moment, but I might. And he also could have a cap, like a beanie hat, so maybe I will, but at the moment, I have this seagull, and he's super cute, but he's missing a wing. But, like, he's really cute. He took a while, too, though. So that was fun. That was all the amigurumi-ness I did. Oh, here's the pattern. Let's see. Let's see if it tells me the... It's called Cheeky Seagull Sonore by Carolyn Zorn. Mama Hakelte? I don't know. On Etsy. But see, you can have this little beanie. I don't know. He was fun. It was a learning experience for sure. Okay, I'm almost done. 2 more things to show you. If you saw my mosaic crochet blanket before, I worked on that for my son. Not a ton, but I did some more rows. This is Brooklyn & Co. Northwoods Afghan. It was a free, like, crochet along. So each week I got a part. So I am on these bears down here. And I'm pretty far in them, but I didn't quite finish them. So, let's see. Yeah, so I still have a few more rows to go on the bears. So I did work some on this blanket as well. And it's pretty wide. I can't get it all in the frame. So I worked on that. And then finally, my grand finale. Oh no, there's 2 in here. Okay, hold on. One of them's just barely started. Okay. This one is hard. So this is by Tova Kika. I know she's like big on YouTube and stuff and Ravelry, and her pattern is really popular, but I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's Salty Day Sweater, and I just thought it was really pretty, and I wanted to try it, but it's not really like a new knitter's pattern. But you know, I jump in with 2 feet for everything. So anyways, I decided to start that, and I'm using this. I'm doing it 2 strands because it's supposed to be like a think it's, I don't remember if it's supposed to be DK or if it's supposed to be a worsted weight. I don't know. But I'm using this Big Twist Baby Bunny, which is like a fingerling from Joann's. And it's so soft. It's not what's called for, like, at all. And I know it's not wool. And some people are like, oh, you should be using, you know, wool yarn. And this is like polyester yarn, but I don't care. It's super soft. So I'm doing it 2 strands. But I have not gotten very far. Like, I'm just, it's a ribbed kind of pattern. But man, it's so soft and squishy. So, like, eventually, I hope this will be a sweater. But it's taken me quite a while to just get a little bit. But that's okay. Mostly it's taken a little while because I've been working on this other pattern. But I did start that. Before I get all tangled up here. Okay, I did start that one. And then I also started this one at the same time. And this one is, you can tell where my time has been. This is the Movement Sweater, again by Lily Kate France. And I really just like her patterns. So it's got this cool detail, and I did a striped version, and I'm really loving it. So last night I did the bind off for the body, and I started the arms. So there is that. So I did a navy with a white stripe. And let's see if I can show, like, there's that, you can't really tell, but there's like some, can I make it show up? Not really. There's just like cool detailing down the side. And yeah, I was trying to do like a jogless thing, but you can definitely still see the stripe down the middle, but whatever, that's okay. And I just started working on the sleeves. So this will be like a long sleeve sweater, and I really like it. I feel like it's going to fit well, and I'm really excited. And it's a worsted weight, so it's going pretty darn fast compared to the other one I tried. And I love this neckline, because the other neckline and the other sweater I tried, which was a Petite Knit Monday sweater, they had like a ribbed neck, and this one is like a folded over just stocking neck. I don't know, I really like it. So this has been where most of my time has been into knitting this. And I'm using Wool Ease. I think it's Wool Ease DK, yeah, from Joann's. Here's a different color. Wool Ease, it's Lion Brand yarn. It's like a wool acrylic blend, and I really like it. So I'm excited. So I have a big box here because Joann's is going out of business, and I really like this. And so I was like, well, I can make a gray sweater, and I can make a mustard sweater, and I can make a purpley sweater, and I can make a green sweater for my kids or myself, and I can make a cream sweater. And so yeah, I bought a bunch of yarn. Oh, also black. So I can make sweaters and striped sweaters. Yeah, so my haul this month was not cross stitch, but it was yarn. I have literally a giant box over here of this Woolies because it was like $3 per thing. So yeah, I bought a bunch of yarn. I also bought this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but Joann's going out of business, and it was really soft, and I thought that will be pretty for a hat or something because I'm loving knitting. And then I bought this because that was just fun. I don't know what I'll do with that either, but yeah. Anyway, that's what I have been up to for February. And now it's going to be March, and I'm going to be planting and outside more, so we'll see what happens. I hope to finish that sweater. I'm starting to get my stitchy bug back more, so I want to stitch some more, and yeah. It's now 45 minutes in, so if you were with me for that whole time, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I provided a little bit of entertainment while you stitched or did something fun yourself. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be back when I'm back. Probably won't be till next month, but we'll see. So, thanks, and I will see you next time. Bye.